Let's go back. And now, here's the host of Let's Go Back, Scott Sternberg.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Very nice. Hi there. How are you? Welcome to Let's Go Back. We have some great questions today about the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't know any of the answers. These people over here probably know some of the answers. We have Richard, Brian, and Debbie. How are you today?
Very good.
Feel good? Richard, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm a transplant from Connecticut. I grew up in the same neighborhood as Charles Nelson Riley and Katharine Hepburn and people like that, and delivered newspapers to some of them. And I've been out here for about 3 years now, and I love California.
Oh, good.
Wonderful.
All right.
Yeah.
And about nostalgia, what decade is probably the strongest for you?
Easily the 60s.
Because?
Because that's when I was going from the age of 16 to 26 and wild and crazy.
And you remember?
Quite well. Most of it.
Some people do not remember.
Most of it.
All right, well, good luck today, Richard. Hi, Brian.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm all right.
What's happening?
Well, my name is Brian Lampert. I'm a one-on-one stop smoking trainer. And I also worked when I was in college as a dresser for the Las Vegas Showgirls backstage.
Oh, all right. That's good. How are you doing with this stop smoking thing? You teaching a lot of people to stop?
Yeah, in fact, I 2 months ago had my own 10-year anniversary without a puff. So.
Well, congratulations. Very good. I think that's terrific.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and you, a nostalgia nut, you?
Oh, yeah.
Which
Oh, yeah.
decade?
Well, the 70s was so absurd, you know? I didn't realize it, but I was paying attention, so...
So the 70s for you is the strongest. All right, well, so good luck to you, Brian. Debbie.
My name is Debbie Starren. I'm 32, single, originally from New Jersey. Came here about 2 years ago to pursue my acting career. And in my off time, I work in a Christmas store. And last year, I sold snow to Tim Conway. I'm also a Trekkie, and I brought with me my Star Trek watch.
Are we doing a dating show here?
Doing anything later?
Well, good. We learned about you. Good luck today, Debbie. We'll learn more about you as we go along.
Thank you.
It was too much to grasp. It was just a lot. But good luck anyway. Okay, let's take a look at the categories now for round number 1. And they are fashion fads, on Broadway, Saturday morning TV, film at 11, and tube themes. 10 points for each correct answer. 10 points we're going to take away if you don't get it right. We also have a great prize hidden in the time capsule, which is behind one of our decades. And Charlie O, you know what it is. Tell us.
Let's go back. It's Howdy Doody Shoe Shine time with this actual bottle of scuff polish that will restore your shoes to their original color. This colorful box from 1952 will be a welcome addition to any nostalgia collection. Remember, you'll put your best foot forward when your shoes are shined the Howdy Doody way. Back to you, Scott.
Okay. Howdy Doody shoe polish is hiding somewhere on the board. Let's start. Let's go back. We drew numbers before the show, and Richard, you won. You get to pick a category and a decade. Let's go back.
Let's work our way back with beginning on Broadway, the 80s, please.
Andrew Lloyd Webber wrote the music for this show about a lovesick composer living in the Paris catacombs. Richard.
And I know it. Total blank, I'm sorry. And I saw the show.
Brian, Debbie.
Phantom of the Opera?
Yes, Phantom of the Opera. Okay, Debbie, go.
Let's try the 80s, but go to tube themes.
Tube themes. In 1981, or the 1981, Joey Scarberry hit Believe It or Not was from which series? Debbie.
Greatest American Hero?
Yeah, Greatest American Hero, starring...
William Catt.
Yeah, William Catt. Can you sing a little bit of that theme?
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air.
Okay. All right, you know the theme. Go ahead, pick again.
Let's try the 70s, tube themes also.
Okay. This performer had a #1 song in 1976 with his theme from Welcome Back, Kotter. Agony. Brian.
John Sebastian.
Yeah, John Sebastian is right. And what group was John Sebastian in?
Loving Spoonful.
Yes, the Lovin' Spoonful. Pick, Brian.
Let's go with 60s on Broadway.
Although they never performed on Broadway, the title song from this musical was a hit for the Cowsills. Brian.
Hair.
Yes, Hair it is. In control. Pick again.
On Broadway, the 50s.
When My Fair Lady opened on Broadway, this 20-year-old actress played Eliza Doolittle. Brian.
Julie Andrews.
Yes, Julie Andrews. We're going to take a break here. Hold on, Brian.
Okay.
Still in round number 1. We'll come back. Brian is in the lead, however, and we'll be doing that in just a second, so stay with us.
1, 2, 1, 2, 2. Let's go back. Once again, more of Let's Go Back with Scott Sternberg.
Okay, we're in the middle of the first round here, and Brian, you have the lead with 30, but it's close. Debbie just trailing by 10 at 20. And Richard, you're still in. It's very early. Last correct answer was from Brian. Pick again.
The 60s tube themes.
In 1969, the Ventures went to number 4 on the charts with this cop show instrumental. Theme from Hawaii Five-0. Can you sing it?
Now we know.
Some of our contestants are not well, and we have them up there now. All right, Brian, still in control. Go.
Okay, on a more serious note, the 70s film at 11.
Hey, it's a time capsule for you, Brian. You have picked it, and you will get a chance now at the Howdy Doody shoe polish. And
Ooh.
we're going to double the amount of points. You go from 10 to 20 if you get them right. We're not going to take that point total away from you if you're wrong. Debbie and Richard, you got to sit this one out. 70s film at 11. This government scandal made a household name of Daniel Ellsberg.
Watergate.
No, not the Watergate. It was the Pentagon Papers.
Oh, well.
Pentagon
Sorry.
Papers. Still in control, Brian. Come on back here. Pick
Okay.
another category and decade.
50s film at 11.
In the quiz show Scandals, Charles Van Doren admitted to having been given the answers on what show? Brian.
$64,000 question.
No. Richard.
21.
Yes, 21
Hey,
is
finally.
correct. Now in control. Richard, pick again.
Okay, on Broadway, the 70s, please.
Finishing out this category, Sandy Duncan played the main title role in the 1979 revival of this musical. Richard.
The Boyfriend.
No, not The Boyfriend. Debbie.
Peter Pan?
Yes, Peter Pan, originally played by
Mary
Mary
Martin.
Martin?
Mary Martin. Okay, Debbie, pick again.
Let's break into the 70s with fashion fads.
The funky look of oversized men's shirts, floppy hats, baggy pants, and owlish glasses was inspired by this Woody Allen film. Brian.
Annie Hall.
Yes, it was Annie Hall. Go again.
Saturday morning TV in the 60s.
In 1968, these Saturday morning cartoon characters had a top 40 hit with Sugar Sugar. Brian.
The Archies.
Yeah, the Archies. Dan, 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 dan. All I just did is for fun.
No, wait.
Go ahead, Brian. Pick again.
Okay, 80s film at 11.
This famous person's alleged diaries were published in May 1983, only to discover they were forged. Brian.
Hitler.
Yes, Adolf Hitler. Go again.
60s film at 11.
In July of 1960, a Moscow court indicted this U.S. military aviator for espionage. Richard.
Who was Francis Gary Powers?
Francis Gary Powers is the answer. Who was? We don't need that on this show.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead, Richard. Go.
Back to reality. Okay. Try fashion fads of the 80s.
This star put her controversial figure into leotards to become the guru of workout videos. Brian.
Jane Fonda.
Yes, it was Jane Fonda and still is. Go ahead, Brian. Pick again.
60s fashion fads.
Worn by the hullabaloo dancers, this fashion trend inspired a hit for Nancy Sinatra. Richard.
What are these boots that were made for walking?
No, that's not what we're looking for. Debbie.
Go-go boots?
Go-go boots. Go-go boots. The record was these boots were made for walking. Okay, go ahead, Debbie.
Let's try the 80s Saturday morning TV.
On Pee-wee's Playhouse, what was the name of Pee-wee Herman's favorite chair? Debbie.
Cherry.
Cherry. Right. Okay, go, Debbie. 10 points away from the
Thank you,
lead.
Pee-wee.
Go.
In the 70s Saturday morning TV.
Hey, hey, hey was the famous phrase used by this Cosby cartoon character. Richard.
Who was Fat Albert?
Fat Albert is the answer we're looking for. Go again.
Okay. 50s tube themes, please.
In 1959, Ray Anthony and his orchestra had a top 10 hit from this Craig Stevens detective series. Brian.
Peter Gunn.
Peter Gunn. Good. You got in right under the wire. Another 10 points for you. Go, Brian.
50s fashion fads.
Among the biggest 50s fads inspired by Disney's King of the Wild Frontier were rifles, fringe jackets, and these. Brian.
Coonskin cap.
Yeah, coonskin caps or the Davy Crockett hats. And who played Daniel Boone and Davy Crockett?
Fess Parker.
Yeah, Fess Parker. All right, Brian still has control. Pick
Boy, am
again.
I old.
Why pick? 50 Saturday Morning TV. This show was so popular you had to be on a waiting list just to get into the peanut gallery. Debbie.
Howdy Doody?
Yeah, the Howdy Doody Show. Good, Debbie. That's the end of round number 1. We'll take a look at the scores. Brian in the lead with 80, Debbie has 60, Richard at 0, but there's plenty of game left, and we'll come back with round number 2 where everything doubles in just a minute.
Let's go back.